Anyways, man, that's a bummer. That's. I hate watching it. Yeah, fuck cancer,
man, dude.
Yep, fuck cancer.
Where the fuck is McClay?
Hey, what's up, guys? What you gotta do? Oh. Roar, 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 roar.
We've actually talked about on the show many times before is the dangers of fentanyl. And the reason why I bring this up is because, well, in January, we, both know someone that died from it. He took what he thought was a 30 milligram Percocet, and, because his back was hurting, and he went to sleep and just never woke up. It was, at first the fentanyl, if you don't know what fentanyl is, it's an opiate that's 50 times stronger than heroin. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of these things.
It might be even more.
Even more?
Yeah.
Originally it's given to, I think the only time honestly it's prescribed is for like cancer patients, and I hate to say it, on their way out.
On a drip.
Yeah, because my mom, when she had cancer, she actually had the patches, and they're designed to, you put the patch on and to distribute the opiate over 3 days. And I remember even then, like, people were taking those patches and cutting them up and smoking them and shit like that. And I had a friend actually that Jamie, that me and David Terzich worked with, that smoked some fentanyl. I think he took a benzo, like a Xanax or something, and then he went to lunch with his dad and his brother. They went to have some pizza. He said he wasn't feeling very well, went to the bathroom, never came out, and his dad sent his brother in, and he was just laying on the ground, fucking foam everywhere. You could tell he was fucking grabbing shit, on the way down and stuff. But so what's happening is that's how it originally started, is people are actually taking the fentanyl and cutting up and doing it. Now I think it's just being made really cheaply in China. Yeah. And so that's coming from China to Mexico, and then they're mixing it with heroin, and then they're also pressing pills with it. And people are actually pressing pills here in Phoenix doing that. They have pill pressers in their garage, and they're mixing fentanyl with who knows, whatever. And like you mentioned before, how it's probably never getting evenly distributed. Like
Fuck
one
no,
pill.
You can't,
it's impossible.
They measure fentanyl in micrograms. How's some dude in his fucking garage not gonna fuck that up?
So like one pill might have like way more than the other.
Yeah, 10 times.
Can you look this up really quick? Did Philip
Seymour Hoffman?
Philip Seymour Hoffman, I know he died from a heroin overdose. Was that fentanyl? I have a feeling that was a bad batch.
I think the heroin was more along the lines, wasn't he sober for a while?
Well, that too. He was 25 years sober, which fucking breaks my heart, because I'm wondering if it's the same thing with the other actor that just OD'd, the guy from The Wire. That broke my heart too, dude.
Yeah, Michael K. Williams.
Yeah, that fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah, it was fentanyl.
Yeah,
investigators are racing.
And
to
you
find
know what? That was a while
fentanyl.
ago, and that was when like no one even heard of what fentanyl was. And they actually, I think they fucking found the guys that sold it to him and did an investigation, and even prosecuted the people that were doing that shit.
Mixed with heroin.
This is one of the first cases. So this guy who's 25 years sober gets the urge to want to do fucking heroin. He probably lost all his connections, so he just meets some fucking, whoever he can get it from. It's mixed, and he does it that one time, and he's done, So then I'm sure you heard what happened in Venice the other weekend with Kate Quigley.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm bringing this up, is because now not only is it mixed with opiates, and I've said this before, it's being mixed with fucking cocaine or all kinds of different drugs. And just recently in Venice, Kate Quigley, who's a stand-up comedian, I'm not like the biggest fan of Kate Quigley, but I'm a fan of a lot of people who do like her and respect her, like Joey does and Red Band does. And she actually was just on Joey's podcast literally the week before, and they were talking about doing blow. But that weekend, she and another comedian and two friends did a bunch of fucking blow in Venice. All three of the motherfuckers died but her. Overdose at a party kills 3, including comic. There's a little... Is this the New York...
Yeah,
don't ever go to them.
Yeah,
They fucking, I hate them. They always do that shit. Faquan Johnson, he was actually a respected comedian in the scene. So they're just having fun, you know. I don't advise doing blow and shit, but some people just that's their thing. But it was laced with fentanyl, and that's just fucking. Could you imagine that, like, being the person to survive that, like the guilt that you must feel, like why me, or why not me? Well, and especially if you were the person, like, what if she is the one that got the drugs?
Yeah,
that's got to be a shitty feeling.
Yeah. Well, the worst part is that now that fentanyl's showing up in cocaine, that's crazy to me, dude. Why? Like,
I know, it doesn't even make sense.
And why would you want to kill the people who are buying from you? Like, it makes no fucking sense.
I feel like the cartels would never do that, because the cartels want the business. You know what I mean? Like, they know what's good for business and stuff like that. I feel like the cartels sell it to some other big dude who's in between, and then they're doing it or something like that. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, like, first of all, I mean, if you're in your 40s and you're still doing blow and shit, I mean,
yeah,
come on.
But
I don't care, but
I agree with you. I've never been a coke person ever.
Yeah,
like,
coke people are annoying.
Yeah. So, like, but that's the mind-blowing thing to me, is that, like, we always talk about how when we were using drugs, coke and meth people and heroin people never and now it's like the thing to do both, right? But I don't understand why you would want to do both in the same drug like that.
Or you mix it, you mean?
Yeah, mix it like that. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get that shit either, man. Or even if it's even further down the line, like, not the cartel, not the next dude, not the next guy, but, like, people right before they bought it from or something.
Yeah, that are cutting it. It also could be the same tools that they're cutting the fentanyl with. They think they clean.
Yeah, whether it's the same table or glass or the tools. Scales. That's a very good fucking point. Yeah, because it's so dangerous.
Yeah,
and when you do blow, you do a lot of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You're doing a fucking bump like every fucking 30 minutes maybe.
Yeah. If not, just going. There's stories about you get a couple grams of fucking coke and they're gone, like, as soon as you bust out. Like,
Napalm's gone like in a couple hours.
How the fuck did that go so fast? So. It's scary. It's fucking beyond scary, man. Is there any new news on her?
Yeah, she posted from the hospital to Twitter. I don't know, maybe you can just read them. She got like a lot of support and shit like that. I shouldn't judge people and saying, if you're still doing coke in your 40s. I don't give a fuck what you do, when you do it, or how you do it. I think I'm just saying that to my friends, just to be like, don't fucking, we're in our 40s, dude. You don't need to do coke right now, especially with how dangerous it is.
It says here, so this is comedian Kate Quigley opening up on her recovery from surviving a suspected accidental group fentanyl overdose that killed 3 people. Quote, "I am better every day. I'm sore," Quigley tweeted on Sunday night when a fan asked her how she was feeling. Quote, "I was going to break from social, but honestly, I'm in a great mood today," she wrote. "I'm so excited about the NFL kickoff game, and I've decided that life must go on. No use in not living when I'm lucky enough to be alive."
I guess she's handling it well.
Yeah, she kind of has to, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just got to be a crazy thing. Like, you're partying with 3 different individuals, and the next thing you know, you're waking up in the hospital, like, finding out that they all died. That's wild, dude.
Yeah. Fuck. How long was she in the hospital? Do we know? I should look
It's
that up.
Definitely a few days. I don't know if she's still in there, but
that shit's scary, man.
I remember Joey saying, like, he had reached out to her and shit, and he just, he hadn't heard back, but he's seen Red Band's post and shit. So
yeah.
What the fuck are you barking at, Mimi?
Fucking goofball. Yeah, dude. Yep, it's scary shit, bro. It's absolutely bonkers. It's not to be fucked with at this point. It's not worth it. You're taking a chance every time you use drugs, right? But when it comes to fentanyl, the chance is so much greater.
It's almost another good argument for the legalization of all drugs, because if you know what you're getting, you know you're never going to have to deal with that, you know? Like, you know, that still goes in line with what I said. I don't care what you do, what you put in your body. As a matter of fact, I'd rather it be somewhere safe.
Yeah. Amen. Well,
Ari made up a good point, like the war on drugs. It's not like drugs is gonna like ever surrender.
No, it's stupid. It's so fucking dumb. It's so ridiculous.
Like,
dude.
yeah, we lost. Like, no, they will always win.
And it'll get more and more as longer you keep it illegal, the more and more the cost will go up, right? I mean, and here's the other thing. Look at what's going on with medical marijuana right now, right? Or I mean, like legalized marijuana now. You know, we kind of complained that it was hard for us to get RSO at some point, right? But in all reality, it was a good thing because they had to make better testing, you know, devices,
like
or protocols.
Yeah.
Because of that, that's a perfect example of, you know, there'll be protocols like you could go get it at a dispensary or something.
And if it's bad heroin, they gotta test it and make sure it's, you know, this or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they're already doing that in fucking some of the clinics in, you know, other countries, right? With heroin. I'm surprised they don't do it with cocaine and stuff like that, you know?
In the other countries or here?
Yeah. In the other countries.
I don't know, man. There's just been that was just a wild weekend because that happened, and then the Michael K. Williams dude died. That sucks. Like,
yeah.
Did you know? Like I said, I usually don't give a shit when celebrities die, but it's more about just his story, you know.
Did you happen to see Joe Rogan's little clip about Michael K. Williams?
No, can you pull it up and then I'll just have to edit. I just gotta let the dog out.
Yeah.
It's rolling now.
Yep. Do you just put your ear up to that? Tell me, do you hear some type of buzz? No? Okay. All right. All right.
I'll try it with these ones.
Oh, you're not going to hear it?
No, I'm going to plug it in.
Oh, yeah.
Check. It should be good. I can try it like this for a little bit.
All right.
Then we can take a break. All right, we're back. So you said, Joe Budden. I think you said Joe Rogan.
I did. I probably did.
I was like, no.
I meant to say Joe Budden. All right.
Check.
All right. Watch this. This is crazy. You might have to turn it up a little bit on your TV.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Volume on this sucks.
These podcasts, for me, are some of the more difficult ones to do because I be wanting to grieve just to myself. Right. Like, you be wanting that to be sacred. Everything shouldn't be just for a public showing, right? And when you really grieving and going through it, you can't even pick up your phone.
Sorry, hold on. 1 second, bro.
Posting the picture or the video of the person that you love that you lost.
This is hold on, that was a longer clip than necessary. Here we go.
I was like, yeah, dude, we're only doing an hour.
Yeah. Here, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
I was fucked up in 2009, somewhere back there, and my mom was going to church, and she did what any mom would try to do. She said, come to church. I see Michael K. Williams at the church, but that don't tell me nothing. I just kept seeing Michael K. Williams at church, and now some type of way through the grace of God, now we have after meetings at church. There was a select, chosen few of us that was dying. And we shared shit in there that we probably don't share nowhere, man. I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh shit, we understand each other on a deeper level. Hey, you see how they coping with it? You see how they bodying shit out here. This guy, he was killing shit, but he was in pain. And I seem to have this ability to be able to spot that guy in a fucking crowd. It's heavy. I fell in love with Mike.
Damn.
So basically, he you know, if you know the story of Joe Budden, he was a addict and had super hardcore depression and shit like that, right? And back in 2009, he was trying to get clean, right? And so that's what he was telling the story, how his mom's like, come to church with me. And so he started going to this church with his mom, and he heard that there was a after meeting for men who were going through problems, right? And so he stayed after the meeting, and who's one of the people at that meeting but Michael K. Williams.
Damn.
And they got to be really good friends. And Michael K. Williams was telling how he's having all these problems with his addiction and depression and this in these meetings. But Joe is saying he's out there in these movies just destroying stuff. But then every week I'm in this meeting with him and he's going through it, you know? And if you get a chance, watch the whole episode.
Damn.
It is really fucking
It's like
good.
it goes to show that you never know what someone's going through. You know?
Never fucking know, bro. You never know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
How long was he sober for?
I don't know.
You know what, dude? I hate to say it. I wonder if it was a bad batch also, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like that's the chance you take with fentanyl, using a drug that could be.
The next like 2 to 5 years, dude, this is gonna happen a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially with like the younger kids, like kids, you know, are just experimenting with drugs and doing blow for the first time, like college kids, you know. Like I said, that car that was caught on 19th Avenue in Bell had 50,000 fentanyl pills in it. That's at least minimum 100 deaths in that right there.
That's crazy. 50,000 pills.
And there's like, that's like kids, you know what I mean? Adults, you know, 100 people, I would say, at least. I mean, I'm just making this shit up, but that's how deadly I think it is.
Man, that's crazy, dude. It's bonkers.
I saw a pretty dope documentary you have to watch, bro. It actually, like, it was funny, it was inspiring, it was very heartbreaking. But it's that fucking Val Kilmer doc, dude.
Oh, I've
Amazon
heard about
Prime.
this, yeah.
Oh, dude.
I've heard about it.
It is so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you realize just, like,
how
you already knew he was a badass.
genius,
You already knew, but then, like, well, because what it is that he's had, like, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of home videos of behind the scenes of never before, like on Top Gun, even like the Island of Dr. Moreau, that shit fest that was like, I don't know if you ever heard the rumors of that movie and shit, how bad it was, but there's like home videos that he's taking of it and stuff. I was like blown away. I was like, holy shit. Oh man. But it's like sad too, because like, you know, he has a throat cancer, so he can barely, you know, he can't talk very well, and you know, oh fuck. Yeah, I highly recommend that documentary. If not even if you're a fan of him, or just if you're a fan of arts, because he's a super artistic dude.
Yeah.
Not just acting.
Did you hear? I heard a story that on a podcast that him and Cher they dated, right? Mm-hmm. So they were really close. Well, Cher, they stayed best friends all the way until the end, right? And Cher was there taking care of him, you know, part of the time while he was sick. And there's a story where Cher tells a story about how at some point it was going really bad and they had to call the paramedics to come, and these like 3 super hot young male paramedics show up, right? And Cher is like flirting with them, and there's a point where she said that Val Kilmer like looks over her and is like, gives her like the okay, like, don't go for it, I got you, I'm good, go for it, that type of like I'll worry about being sick later, go for it, you know.
That's so funny, dude, because you could tell in the documentary like he really maintains his humor even through this. There's like times, dude, do you care if I just tell you?
No, go for it. Yeah. There's
he's standing there, right, and you know, he I hate to say, he kind of looks like shit, you know what I mean, and he falls over and stumbles, dude, and the camera guys is there and everything, and you're like, oh, dude, you're getting ready to cry and shit, and then he gets up, he's like, oh, I'm just fucking with you. He's just The guy was like getting ready to cry, dude, and he thought he died. And he's doing that, like, the camera guy's just on him in the most private moments in his house while he's sitting there, and he just does the most random, funniest shit like that constantly. Like, his humor was always there, dude. He's awesome, dude.
Oh, man, dude. He was always one of my favorite actors,
And you can tell, like, he just, all he wanted to do was just be, like, a character actor. Like, he loved just going balls deep into roles. Like, that's why he really enjoyed the Jim Morrison role, because he was able to obsess with that for 2 years, to the point where his like wife fucking hated him because he was just Jim Morrison all the time and shit.
I like The Saint.
Oh,
The
fuck
Saint?
yeah. The Saint's fucking bad as fuck. Yeah, he has like a like I like Top Secret. Like, he even talks about it like that.
Back in the day. I think him in Top Gun is one of the best roles ever, dude. I mean, the role he plays in Top Gun will always be like one of the coolest fucking roles.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, that's a bummer. That's I hate watching it. Yeah, fuck cancer,
man, dude.
Yep, fuck cancer.
And
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
dude, this year, man, it's just been like, there's been a lot of like, wild deaths.
It feels like it's not even it's like the last 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
It's just been,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure. Like,
it just seems like it ramps up though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. The Norm Macdonald one just hit everybody weird.
How nobody knew about it. Like, he didn't tell. Like, he didn't even tell Artie.
That is.
How could you like?
Dude,
how could
you know what, dude? So in these 9 years, while he's had cancer. By the way, if you don't know, he's had cancer for like the last 9-10 years, and he's completely keep it hidden. And he was actually doing sets about like cancer and dying, and they're super morbid, and everyone's kind of like, wow, this is kind of dark shit that he's doing. But now that like people are reflecting on it, he was talking about what he was going through at the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I actually want to go back and watch some of that shit.
Yeah.
'Cause some of that stuff's up there, but what a brave thing to do, man.
Yeah, really blew me away. I know I talk about a lot, but
sorry, go ahead.
that I listened to that AJ Benza dude's podcast. I think he's got a great podcast. I'm into that type of shit, and he talks about how like he was wondering if he wasn't saying that this is the truth, but he's wondering, he's like, man, Hollywood is such a fickle town that the guy could not say he had cancer, because then he might not get roles and he might not pay bills. You know what I mean? Like, and if
I didn't think of it like that. Wow, it's pretty.
And if that's the case, oh my God, man, that's fucking terrible. Don't you, like, if you're an actor, you get like you get medical treatment if you're an actor, a SAG actor or something like that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, when you're SAG.
So he would probably be a SAG actor, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I would think so. Oh, yeah, I mean, he has to, because he did, was that one he did with Artie?
Yeah, Dirty Work.
Dirty Work, yeah. Classic.
Yeah, one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
He was great, because he was like every comic's favorite comic kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, he was very well respected.
Yep.
And then he had just those legendary skits, like on Saturday Night
humor
Live and his Weekend Update.
Yeah. So, like dry, like harsh humor. Really harsh humor. Yeah.
I was watching a podcast earlier. What's that fucking guy's name? Howie Mandel. And Anthony Jeselnik was the guest. It was just a clip I was watching, and while they're having the podcast, they find out that
Norm passed,
and they're just kind of like naturally reacting to it. And Anthony Jeselnik said he was like his hero, but like under his breath he goes, man, now I wish I was nicer to him, because he just found out that he had cancer 9 years, and he had worked with him, and he was saying how they butted heads and how mean he was to him and all this shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And then Howie Mandel told like a really funny story about him and Bill Cosby. I'll let you guys watch it, but it's a pretty good fucking story that he tells. Everyone, I'm sure, has a great Norm Macdonald story.
Yeah.
But I thought that was so funny. Anthony Jeselnik, like, he had his eyes open like this, and he's just like, damn, I wish I was a little bit nicer to him. And I was just thinking, holy shit, I can't wait to read the comments on this video. Because everything was so natural, because they had just found out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was legit hurt, because he's like, yeah, he was like, one of my, heroes. And yeah, R.I.P. Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, it's crazy shit, dude. It's one thing after the other, man. That's as you
Who
get
died
older,
who died today?
right? Right.
Go on Twitter and see.
What is what's his name has the death the real Deadpool? What's his name? The dude lives here in Bisbee.
Oh, yeah, Doug Stanhope.
Doug Stanhope, yeah. Yeah, I wonder if he was on the Doug Stanhope's list. I think if he ever does Stanhope still have his podcast?
I don't know.
think so.
It would show up on my recommendations, I would think.
Yeah.
I think he got burned out on it or some shit.
Yeah.
There's been some really good podcasts lately, like Giannis was on Ari's.
Yeah.
And, Ari was on Theo's, and Ari's been doing a lot of podcasts recently.
Yeah. Let's see what Doug Stanhope says.
So we have about 9 more episodes left till episode 150, and we'll get Rich back on.
That'll be perfect timing.
And then make sure you check us out on patreon.com/the Bogcast. We have a bunch of exclusive content on there. Every episode has at least 10 to 30 minutes of extra bonus footage. Go to our Teespring to check out all our merch. You can check out the audio version, which is available everywhere, including Spotify, Apple, Google, fucking Amazon, all that shit. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to smash it. I could say that nowadays. Make sure to smash the subscribe button.
Hulk smash that subscribe button.
And then leave a comment. Let us know if you're enjoying the show, if it fucking sucks. Tell us if the shit sucks. I'll be honest.
Ken Lane put out a tweet that says, "To honor Norm's memory, Saturday Night Live should be canceled."
Wait. Who said that? Who's Ken Lane?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's funny though.
Yeah, that is really freaking. to honor Norm's memory, Saturday Night Live should be canceled. Fuck Saturday Night Live. Ever since they fucking did that shit to Shane Gillis, fuck Saturday Night Live.
I love Shane Gillis. Did you watch his stand-up?
Yes. One of the best.
Fucking crying.
Yes. I love that.
He has like this like, I don't know, it's his like.
You know what it
his
is?
Feel with it. It just reminds me of somebody we know.
You know what it is? He reminds me of a mix between Alex Jones and Donald Trump.
Really?
Yeah, he's got that. He's like a perfect mix.
I cannot believe how's he getting away with an assassination joke? That's crazy. Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore because he's not.
Yeah, he's not president anymore. Yeah. So Shane,
his bit about how he watches his dad watch Fox News.
Yeah, oh my god, dude, I was crying. I fucking reposted that shit, dude.
Because everyone has that dad. I know a lot of dads that are like that.
Yes, that's my dad. Shane Gillis has a.
Do you know what Shane Gillis is? He's a badass stand-up comedian. He was canceled before he was famous.
Yes,
because he got Saturday Night Live, and then they found a podcast where he used, I guess, a racial slur.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The C word.
Yeah. So can I show you one of the funniest things you've ever seen? Have you seen this?
Oh, it's good. Is this
So this is Gillian Keeves, which is Shane Gillis's. He's got a little sketch show that he's got, and this is called Trump Speed Dating. This is one of the funniest things. This is so funny.
Welcome to Speed Dating. Each of you is going to meet for about 3 minutes, then you're going to hear this buzzer. Okay? And when that goes off, you're going to move to the next table. Ready to find some love? Tana.
What are you doing here?
I was asked to speak at this hotel. It turns out there's some type of pussy banquet going on.
Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit, ugly, fat, orange fuck.
I like how he signs his name on his thing.
Yeah.
Social media. I had to take it away. I was too good. In fact, go ahead. Put it back up. Put it back up. People say I've got bad makeup. Tana looks like someone painted her face like a clown. That's what we're going to call her. Tana, it the clown. She looks like she should be in a sewer, bothering children.
You're utterly disgusting.
I'm disgusting. I saw you walk in. I said, "Who's this? Is this a pig? I didn't know they were letting pigs in."
You're a dictator.
Old sage. What a loser. What a loser she was. Somebody needs to tell her that her pussy stinks. When you walk in, I thought you smell stinks. Smell it
What?
in the whole room.
No one here is gonna go on a date with you.
There'll be no problem there. I'll get it. There's gonna be so many dates. People, whoa, this guy has so many dates. You? Nah, I don't even need a date, but I'll get a date if I want a date. You can go on Tinder. There it is. There's Tinder. You go beep boop bop and there's pussy.
This is pretty exciting. I've never been on a date with a white guy before.
Hit the buzzer.
Like something a little smaller.
Let me stop you there.
I don't think it's happening in this chair before. It stinks.
I told you. You're gay. Hey, like the dairy industry. I would never suck a guy.
I've seen that guy before.
But if I did, it'd be one of the best sucks he's ever had. A few years ago, women would have the flat butts. Not you. You've got a very nice one. You know, I polled very well with the blacks. How am I polling with you? I saw you come in. I said, that's the one. Belle of the ball. You're the prettiest one.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you here. I'm not that interested.
You're the ugliest. Give me a date. Did you take your gigantic fucking tits? I don't recall saying I would get a date here, but if I did say that, maybe I will.
Oh my god.
Hello.
She looks familiar.
Yeah.
Oh my
Do
god.
you like my shirt? I got it dyed at the special at the tackle shop. There's a 2-for-1 at the tackle. At the tackle shop. The tackle. I can get you one. It's 2 for 1.
Wow.
How are you, Mr. President?
Well,
I'm great, especially since you exposed all the Jews that were putting 5G in my brain that wanted them out.
how are you at oral sex?
Pretty good, to be honest. My teeth come out.
Siobhan, how would you like to go on a date?
Yes.
What did he say?
How would you like to go on a date with Donald
Oh,
Trump?
that's why I can't hear us, because I have these stupid headphones on.
I got head.
Dude, Saturday Night Live missed out.
Dude, he is one of the funniest people on the planet, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I'd put him up there with Ari and
Oh, yeah. I love him.
and Schulz.
Anytime he's on any podcast, I listen to it for sure. Because
Yeah.
he's funny, like, in skits. He's funny just as stand-up. He's funny, like, in person, just conversating
It's
and
fucking
shit.
great, man.
When he was on Rogan,
Oh, yeah.
that shirt that he bought,
Yeah.
and then, like, that actually became, like, a thing you could buy, like, from his, like, webpage and shit, because he just went to Walmart and bought it and shit,
Yeah.
just randomly that day. And, yeah, he's good.
Good stuff, dude.
Was gonna say, speaking of Donald Trump, there's another good documentary on, was it Amazon Prime or Netflix? I can't remember where it's at, but it's called Into the Storm, about QAnon, the
Oh,
QAnon
really?
shit.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, they literally follow the guy
The main
who's
guy.
in charge of it for like years.
No shit.
Bro, it is wild, dude.
So who did it end up being?
It's just this like dude in his like 20s, dude. It is wild. Like, and he kind of they catch him admitting it at the end and shit, that it was him the whole time, and he was just fucking around. And he makes it seem like it's Steve Bannon for a little bit. He sends the guy on a wild goose chase.
It made everybody think it was Donald Trump for a little bit.
Yeah,
too.
but like the guy, this
the
kid,
documentary guy.
The kid sends the documentary guy on like even a wild goose chase and finds out like he was lying. He like made him think that like because of this address and all this, it was all Steve Bannon. So he investigated it, and it couldn't. There's no way it could be. And he realized like, well, why would he do that and this and that and. Dude, it's fucking.
I'm gonna watch that.
Absolutely wild. And then when you see all the people that believe in this bullshit,
oh yeah, it's
you
hilarious.
realize that like how fucking crazy these people are, dude. It's like, yeah, it's fucking crazy, dude.
I love
it's
shit
one of
like
the
that,
great
dude.
because he generally didn't know who it was like as he's filming it, and it's all like done in the Philippines because that's where he based it started like with 4chan and then broke into 8chan and then it broke into like another website. I forgot the name of it and shit, but it was all that kid from everyone moving it because there was just really weird things where like I think it was like when he broke from 8chan to another one, like all of a sudden Q's posting in there and knows all this shit and is able to get in there. Like, why is he able to but no one else was able to get in there? Like there's just all these things that just weren't adding up where like it had to have been him doing it the entire time.
Oh my god, dude, that's so funny.
You gotta
so
just look
funny.
him up really quick. You gotta see what this
That
guy
is
looks. Look
so
up Into
funny.
the Storm. You gotta see what this guy looks like. I wish I didn't break it for you. Oh, no. I think it's called Into the Storm. It's a doc. Yeah, cue into the storm. Go to the images though, because I want to see if it shows like the dude. Yeah, see that guy on the right?
This one right here?
Yeah, click that picture.
That's him right there?
On the right. And the guy, that's his dad. Like, he pretty much just knocked up a chick in the Philippines. That's the guy that runs, like, 8chan and shit. You know what I mean?
Shit.
And the other, that's his kid who's been doing all of this shit.
No shit.
Yeah, that guy right there did all of the Q shit, bro.
So this
That guy
guy
on the left's a fucking legend, dude. Like, he lives in the States now, but these guys lived in the Philippines, and that's how they were able to run the site and get away with, like, you know.
the guy on the left created
I think it was
4chan.
I don't know if he created 4chan. I know he did. He created at least 8chan, and the one after that they did. But I think he created 4chan also.
Wow. Oh yeah, I gotta watch this, dude.
Dude, it was one of the fucking coolest, like, most intriguing docs. 'Cause you're at the edge of your seat, just trying to find out who this motherfucker is. In the meantime, they're showing how wild the people that believe this shit are. You know.
Do you have HBO Max?
I just got canceled it yesterday because what I did was, dude, it's $15 a month, but I just paid for it and just, like, watched everything, you know what I mean, just really fast and got rid of it. That's where it was. It was on HBO Max. Yeah.
Dude.
Watch the trailer really quick.
Yeah, this is crazy. That was so crazy.
Anybody, I'll show them Q proof. Say, look, talk me out of it. Have you heard of the Q? The what?
They follow all these wild people on all the journey, too.
It crawled out from behind the screen to the seat of power, all with the help of a single letter.
And we're gonna win big. You just watch.
In 2018, I set out to chart Q's origins.
I wrote the first part of 8chan while I was coming off of psychedelic mushrooms.
That guy's like one of the big creators behind all that shit. That little dude in the wheelchair.
I'm pretty sure Q is a spin-off from Star Trek.
Q is whatever you want it to be. Sometimes they'll even think it's me.
I have a question. You're going through a possible list of who Q might be.
That's right. You're on the list.
Well, let's continue.
Ron Watkins, that's his name.
Dangerous ideas. That's a scary idea.
People conspiracy theorize about things that they think are powerful.
What did we conspire against?
Followers try to discredit reporters because we're required to find out if it's true or not.
It seems like Q's gone mainstream.
They don't care about all the people dying. They're lunatics running the asylum.
You can expect to get counterpunched.
We have to go. We need to move.
Game over.
This Q thing is just exponential growth.
I think people are worried it's going to be used to radicalize more people.
Do you think that is warranted?
That's him?
That's him.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's nuts. That is bonkers, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker. And it's funny, like even the guy who does the documentary, he'll bring up, like, old interviews as they're talking to him, as they're asking about him. You can kind of totally tell he knew the whole time, because one moment he's like, oh, I don't even sign in. I don't even know anything what's going on in there anymore. But then, like, 10 minutes later, he knows all this shit, like, what's going on. Like, he literally contradicts what he's saying within the first, like, 10 minutes of himself talking. So, anyway.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude, you just get HBO Max for like a month. They got some dope shit on there to watch anyway right now.
So I want to just end real quick.
Yeah.
I want to talk about some crazy UFO shit.
Shit.
So Tom DeLonge, we've talked about this on our show lots, that Tom DeLonge was right. All the shit that he came out and he said was 100% right? He said that he was talking to somebody high up in the government. It was the chief of staff of fucking Clinton, Obama, John Podesta was who he was talking to. He was at all these bases. He talked to all these people at these bases.
He did himself?
Yeah. And he was when he said, I've got videos, all the shit, it was all the videos that came out recently, right? He's the guy that brought Lou Elizondo out, that brought all these guys out. Christopher Mellon, they're all part of To the Stars Academy, right? Which is his academy. So Tom DeLonge, we all thought he was fucking crazy on Rogan. He was
I don't
telling.
think he was crazy. I just think
Coked
it's
out?
because like on Adderall, he just came
Yeah.
off a little like much.
Yeah, you could tell he's either
But-
coked out or on Adderall, one of the
yeah.
two. So he came out. I saw a quote from him on Twitter. So he was talking to some guy, and they asked him, like, is there more stuff out there? And he basically said this: where we got our videos from, the ones we put out, well, they had 26 of them, and that was one very small branch of a bigger tree. Some of the videos have UFOs 10 feet away from FA-18s, tracking them for 20 minutes, and it's all on camera. The UFO going 600 miles an hour, the pilot's freaking out, screaming, and this whole thing is just scanning the plane for a whole 20 minutes.
When's that gonna drop?
Right? And then he says, we almost got that one out, but there were some higher-ups at the Pentagon who were really pissed when they found out these were getting declassified. Yeah, there's a lot more videos out there for sure.
Oh, shit. We'll never see that, dude.
I don't know, man. That shit's pretty bonkers, right? That shit's pretty bonkers, dude.
So they followed it for 20 minutes?
Yes. While they're flying. Next to it. Right next to it. Like, right next to
And
it.
they're just freaking out?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Damn.
So, and another thing that I want to talk about is, we've talked about like how the reason that they've been wanting, the government has been trying to figure out a time to come out and tell everybody about this for a long time. But because of social media wasn't around back then, and they thought everybody was going to be scared, where with social media, we're like, we're okay with it now. They know everybody's okay with it. So this is a letter basically about that same thing, but in 1959, right? This is so what this is the famous Smith-Caswell letter, one of the many documents coming in the upcoming book on the Canadian government's research of UFOs. And what this letter says is, Dear Mr. Caswell, I appreciate your efforts in trying to bring the public attention and facts concerning flying saucers, but I must advise you that many sequences are yet to be fulfilled before the public generally will be able to accept the reality of the people from elsewhere. And then it goes on.
And it just said people from elsewhere?
Yes, people from elsewhere. How crazy is that,
Who's
dude?
this guy?
So this was from a Canadian government guy, W.B. Smith. He says, I have no objection to your efforts to have my articles published by your local paper, but I would request that all biographical material concerning myself be omitted. I feel that the articles themselves would stand on their own 2 feet. I have no objection to having my name appended or a reference to my home address. So, like, there's a lot of crazy stuff that are coming out, right? And so it got me into, like, looking at UFO shit again. And I fucking got in a YouTube hole about this case called the Vargina incident in Vargina, Brazil, right? And so basically this happened in 1996, okay? And there was the United States contacted Brazil, the Brazilian government, and said, hey, there's something heading your way from outer space. We don't know what it is. Could be a meteorite, something. Just know it's going to land in Brazil, so be on the lookout, right? The government, that's proven, okay?
The U.S. told that to Brazil.
To Brazil. And that night, there's all these videos that came out of people seeing these crazy UFOs, and supposedly a UFO crashed in Vargina, Brazil, right? And the crazy thing about it is there's hundreds of people that saw the creatures that came out of the crash. So as soon as the thing crashed, the fire truck showed up, and as soon as the fire truck showed up, the military showed up, and they started gathering bodies from this crash. They gathered one that was still half alive, and then they took it to get worked on, and it died while they were working on it. Multiple people in the Brazilian military have come out and said they were watching them do this to these things. 2 other of them got away. One was seen in a zoo by a bunch of people the next day, and then another one was seen in an alley by 3 sisters the following day also. They all describe them the same way, and they look like this. They have these glowing red eyes. They look like little aliens, but glowing red eyes, and these bumps on their head like that with oily skin. right?
The fuck?
The little girls called it the devil. They said they saw the devil, right? So just these crazy stories that like could be true now, right? If all this shit is happening, like this is a story from 1996 that they did documentaries on and everything on TV, all these people saying, yeah, we saw them. And now you look at it in a little bit different. Phoenix Lights, right? You look
when
at
there's
these
things that were multiple amounts of people, especially hundreds.
Yes.
It's pretty undeniable,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, the Vargina case. There's a documentary on it. If you ever guys get a chance, I mean,
Where's that on? Just on YouTube or some shit?
yeah, YouTube. It's they did there's 2 documentaries on them. They're like 30 minutes. But this is from the documentary right here. I mean, you could see these are the drawings that all the different people made, and they look the same, right?
Yeah.
3 different drawings, like just crazy cases, and we're getting. Now we can
That's
look at these
scary as
cases,
fuck.
right? Like it wasn't as scary when you thought, oh, it's probably fake.
Little green guy.
Yeah.
Well, no, not just that, but like that's a little scarier than
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the aliens.
Yeah.
You know? That looks like
Yeah.
that thing like would bite you.
Well, you know what? Some people say that like one person came out and said, like it could have been like a ship that was carrying some type of being that isn't an alien, and these things are now out on her. You know, like that type of shit. Like if it was. Like these were transferring these things to somewhere, and it crashed,
Oh,
you know,
jeez.
on our planet. Like these are all science fiction shit that we would have been like, oh, that sounds like a great fucking movie, and now it could be fucking real.
You know what's even crazier though? And I hate to say this because I'm not religious, but it all aligns with like the Bible.
Yeah, yeah,
Like the fallen angels
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and
yeah.
it's just like to me like that. I think those are like the
Anunnaki.
aliens. And you, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think I don't know.
Well, so those stories,
just weird how
those
that's-
stories that the Bible is based on, come from the Sumerians, right?
Yeah.
And the Sumerians said, yeah, the Anunnaki came from the stars. They took the beings that were there and added their DNA to it and made us.
Yeah. I believe that.
You know, there's that
That
story.
sounds like very possible. You know.
There's that story that they talked to a high up military person in the military industrial complex, and he said the thing that we're scared the most to let people know is that 2,000 years ago they showed up and they created a being that was supposed to save us all, and we killed them.
Oh jeez.
So like think how crazy that is, right?
Damn.
It's just, we live in crazy times. Not only are we going through all the shit that we talked about, it's just like, but
It's because of the uncertainty.
it's the uncertainty. You're right. You're 100%
and
right.
then
Yeah,
they just trickle shit out to us. and
Yeah. Yeah.
You get all these wild theories and.
Yep.
But you know, like we always say, like life is stranger than fiction. You know.
Yep.
So
Yep.
always.
Yeah. Always. Yeah, for sure. Crazy.
Anyway. All right. Well, I'm pretty good. I have
Yeah.
a meeting in like 15. So
Yeah. Fuck yeah. I gotta cruise and figure out how I'm gonna get my vaccination.
All right. Alrighty. Well, that is a wrap on episode 141 of the Bogcast. Thanks for joining us, and make sure to check us out on patreon.com/thebogcast.